Breaking it down today, you guys, the top 5 reasons that your dogs are still getting in fights. I'm not holding anything back, and I'm probably gonna hurt a lot of feelings. Square up. Yes. I'm the one that gets a call from the vet that says, hey, Koco, I just had so-and-so drop their dog off because it bit somebody. I don't think it should be euthanized. Can you help? I'm the one that negotiates dogs out of fucked up situations when they've been living on a 50-pound chain for 2 years and they don't know any other recourse but to attack. And when the 3rd dog I ever rescued almost killed me twice, I figured it was time to switch careers and figure some shit out. Those are the kind of dogs that I end up with. I don't believe in behavioral euthanasia. It's embarrassing that that's even a fucking option. If you're ready to work, put your back into it, let's get Brittany, bitch. Here we go, top 5 reasons your dogs are still fighting. Are your dogs sleeping in bed with you? You guys, your roommate's not a leader. That's a problem. What about this? Are your dogs allowed to be on the couch and get on and off whenever they want, and yet they're still fighting? That's a really big problem. Feeding. You feeding your dogs together, the one thing that gives them life and sustains them. Are you giving it no value by just leaving it out and letting them graze whenever they want? Is your dog a reactive nightmare on a leash? That's a problem. Are your dogs allowed to just plow through thresholds leading the way? Are your dogs allowed to get in each other's faces, to take toys from the other one, to be a bully? Without you stepping in, that's a problem. In the beginning, we are gonna eliminate all the opportunities that we're giving our dogs to fuck up. That means, until further notice, you are your dog's probation officer. I know where you're at, I know what you're doing, who you're with, what you're eating, all of it. This is what extreme structure and boundaries look like. Remember, we're eliminating all these opportunities for them to mess up, and then we're gonna rebuild it. No more sleeping in bed with you, no more couch, no more running and jumping on the couch, no more barking at the window, no bones, no toys, nothing laying around where they can just meander over and grab it. You have got to crate train your dogs. You're gonna crate them and rotate, one out at a time. The hardest part about all of this is it's gonna be a change for you. A lot of people would rather die than change. And in some cases, a lot of people would rather kill their dog than have to make the change and the adjustments. That's not you. So maybe you used to be able to come home from work and just let your dogs run around, feed them together. That's not you anymore. When you feed those dogs, you're feeding them on a schedule. Hand feeding for eye contact is the #1 most overlooked, most powerful way to provide leadership, to give your dog brain work, and to build that bond. A lot of the men trainers that put content out, and they come at the situation with, you gotta claim space, you gotta own your household, you gotta take charge of things, and they're not wrong. But what they forgot is they're talking to an audience that's 80% women. We're compassionate motherfuckers. Where's the good stuff? I don't wanna just be a dictator in my house with my dogs. This is what they're missing, and this is what you're missing. Do you know what your dog was bred to do? There was a time when I didn't pay any mind to this, and my rules were it was my way or the highway. I will tell you firsthand, the results of training like that are very, very short-lived, and it's an asshole way to train a dog. So when I hear stories or get messages about the pit bull mauled somebody or killed something, I'm not surprised by it. Pit bulls were bred to hold and shake. Some of us were born with fast twitch muscle fibers. Some of us were born with slow twitch. I'm a fast twitch. I operate like this. I like to go hard and fast. I like to exert myself. I like to lift weights. I like to lift really, really heavy. If I don't get the opportunity to expel that kind of energy every day, or at least a few times a week, don't talk to me. Don't come at me. Don't even look in my direction. I am so wound up. I'm just looking for a reason to throw down. And I'm not that person on a day-to-day, not at all. I get the proper exercise and the proper outlet. I'm a fucking peach. Can you imagine having a pit bull and not meeting its needs, not giving it the opportunity to ever do what it was actually bred to do? You can imagine that the first opportunity it gets, once it's bored, it's gonna hold and shake. What about this little guy? Back when I didn't know what I was doing, and I'd have all these dogs out together and shit would hit the fan, just when I would think that I would have dogs under control, here would come Dennis, my little corgi herding dog, insecure, freaked out, trying to herd the dogs and nip at him, and it would cause all that much more chaos. And this beauty, I had no idea what the Akita was bred for. By the time she came to me, she had already attacked several dogs and several people. I didn't know they were bred to intimidate and guard. I didn't know that if they weren't socialized at a young age that you're probably not gonna get an Akita that wants to be around other dogs, let alone other people. I had no idea she would be as territorial as she is. She's in a rotation by herself. That doesn't mean she can't be around other dogs. That just means when she is around other dogs, she is on the job. Because when she's on the job, she's confident, she has a purpose, she has work to do, she doesn't have time to start shit. And for her, being on the job means I need you to hold position right there. Stay put don't move. Or it means I need you with me. We're moving as a team in unison. My dogs that have been the most aggressive, I've never fixed them by handing out corrections, not with an e-collar, not with a prong collar. There's no cutting corners with this shit. What works, what gives us the relationship that they make movies about is building their confidence, and that takes longer. It's tougher to do because it's tedious, not because it's rocket science. If you need help with some of this heavy lifting, figuring out what your dog needs, I put everything I've done with some of my toughest dogs in my leash reactivity course. It's $20. Everything's linked below. Like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I'll see you guys in the next video.